Hello lovely people, a beauty routine along with some Aphrodite updates. I think that is a good mix as I got a request for some beauty magic and I figure we'll tie it in with a deity that is, you know, about the love, and I've been using it with a lot of self-love. I wanted to do today, which is a little bit of energy transference spell along with Aphrodite. So what does that mean? That means that I went camping out with a dear friend out into the Alvor desert, and one of the things that I was really focusing on and this friend really helped me with was my self-fucking confidence. I have been feeling not horrid, medium level not great about how I look, how I feel, all of those things. I've been taking care of myself all that well, as you do. So what do? We do spells about it. We contact the gods about it. I wore this as kind of just this is my charging necklace, usually what I use it for. So it's just a little teeny tiny little clear quartz. Let's see if this camera will focus, if you can tell here. Teeny tiny little clear quartz and a little like twisted up. It is not gonna focus on that with my face there. That's okay. But usually I use this as kind of like my whatever intention I fucking want, I charge it in this necklace. And then I cleanse it regularly, re-put a new intention into it, yada 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 yada. Instead, I decided I was gonna go on this trip kind of being like, I didn't go camping forever. This is the first trip with this friend, and trips with friends always get weird, right? It's a test of friendship. How are we gonna feel? And because I wasn't feeling all that great about myself, it could have like gone a certain way with just having to like be like in hiking gear, and like when, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes my body, when it's like having to be contained and be sort of like grimy, whatever, if I can't like basically have access to a shower and my makeup and like feel my pretty self regularly, I get really self-doubty real quick. But I decided to wear this with no energy into it and see whatever energies got put into it throughout the camping trip and then use it later in another spell. So that's what we're doing. And because I came away from that trip feeling way more confident in my body, feeling more empowered to get back into my true self-care, aka the foods, the water, the moving your body in a helpful, joyful manner, yada yada yada. And then also just like getting back into style and fashion and dressing how I really want to, which definitely helps with fall because, oh my god, I'm so tired of the summer. And it is now full fall season here in Portland. So anyway, all that lovely energy got put into this crystal. So what I plan on doing is I have my lovely little cauldron here. And what I want to do is I want to get a couple of, I think some base herbs and incense together. And just, I think, input this into the cauldron as kind of like a containment thing. Usually I use, the cauldron for me is very much like, because it's embodying, all containing. Are you going to be in the video? You're just gonna yell in the video. Okay. Anyway, so this goes in here with the smoke to kind of, in my way, unleash the powers, and then I want to take the ashes and make a, I don't know, either I want to put it into a spell jar, maybe I'll dress a candle with it. I'm leaning towards, I think, dressing a candle. And then while that's containing, I will take off my makeups and talk through some of the things that I do beautify-wise in a more like indulgent self-care way to help with the self-love, and how I call an Aphrodite with that. Okay, hello. On to the more self-care-y things that are a little more quote-unquote frivolous, aka into the bathroom. So first things first that I like to do is tip one that I always do for self-care, I've done this for a very fucking long time, especially when it comes to self-love, is you treat the mirror in your own image with a lot more love than you usually do. I always notice usually how bad my self-care and self-love has really gotten when the minute I look at my own image, I don't immediately smile. If my reaction is not just like a little like, like a little like head nod, a little something, just a little cocky something. That little bit of what you, I don't know if sometimes I felt like it was vanity in a way, in like a negative way. It's like, fuck that. No, vanity, fine. My own image, I am stuck with me, looking however I'm going to look. The whole freaking way through this version of existence, at least. I should look at myself and always smile at how I am. I used to do a longer ritual where every morning I'd get up, fully ass naked, look at myself in the mirror and smile. But now I just kind of just try to, while looking in the mirror, we're smiling at her. This is good. We like this. This is good things. Do you understand me? Good things. Good things only. Okay? Yes. Good things only. Happy, happy smiles when looking at ourselves. Well, I understand there's this need to fight against the consumeristic version of self-care, aka a bubble bath, a face mask, I don't know, just putting on moisturizer. That it can feel very shallow, and while that is true, like it should be multiple levels of self-care and self-love. Self-care can also be kicking your own ass. It can be going to the gym or just going on a little walk to make sure you're getting some movement in, to care for your body and make sure things good. It can be as simple as, I have a little poem about this. One of my favorite things to do a lot of times is I have these freckles on my shoulders now since I've been aging. I don't think it's, oh, you can still kind of see them. They're not entirely covered by the tattoo. But I have these tattoos, I have these freckles now that have appeared ever since I'm aging, and instead of fading anymore, they don't go away, and I actually kind of really love them. They look like a little constellation. And basically the poem is along the lines of, sometimes the only love I can give myself is to kiss this constellation of freckles that's on my shoulder before I go to sleep. That is the extent of it. That is it. It ends right there, because sometimes that is all I can do. So something as simple as that can be just as valuable. But that being said, I think along with some of the care stuff, I think it's always like interesting to track yourself and find where you find care. Obviously Aphrodite being a goddess of love, but also like she is known for her beauty. There is no one else more gorgeous than her. And in that, it's like, she's aware. She fucking knows. In fact, she gets indignant if anyone tries to say otherwise. And I think sometimes we have this like weird martyrdom when it comes to our appearance and vanity. And I think that very quickly then bleeds into self-hatred of other aspects as well. Like, I can tell, like, when I'm not taking care of my face or just taking a little time in like a beauty routine or in some niceties here, how quickly that goes all out the window. And it's one of the things where Liz, I'm like, working with Aphrodite more, looking into her myths and stuff, it is a consistent thing where she does not give a fuck about putting herself first, about maybe appearing slightly vain to humans, even if they see her in a more negative light sometimes for that. She's like, of course I'm fucking vindictive and I'm gonna be rude ass to you if you try to claim you are more beautiful than me, or that I am in some way lesser than someone else. Fuck you. That is a neg if I ever heard one. That is nothing but bullshit. And I kind of like that audacity. That audacity should be taken on with us wherever we freaking go. And just a little bit of care for ourselves. If you find that in not doing your makeup maybe, or not doing all this stuff, then cool. But for me, I'm just like, oh wow, when I actually spend more time with my reflection, and if I'm taking more selfies, if I am spending more time on my appearance, it is rarely because I'm lacking confidence. That is when I'm feeling it the most, actually. I very much avoid my appearance, avoid thinking about when I am not feeling great about myself. Self-care routine. One of the things that I do is I like to, basically I stick by the tried and true sunscreen and a retinoid for when it comes to massive skincare, and then just making sure you wash your damn face and moisturize. That was a little cleaning cloth, which is like, that's fine enough. For now, I'm gonna do a little exfoliation on my skin here with a little exfoliation cloth, and then I'm going to do a little face mask. So this can all be chilled. It's a little bit dry on my skin recently. Am I red enough? Yeah? No? Anyway, I'm gonna put on one of these. Yeah. And then I'm going to sit out, relax with a little bit of a glass of wine. Maybe chat a bit more here or there. Am I pretty yet? Of course I am. I am gorgeous. I was gorgeous before. I am gorgeous now. This is just maintaining that gorgeousness so it may never go away. In. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we are now here. We are waiting for this to soak in. Let's talk a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do for the spell, let me grab my wine. Well, look absolutely ravishing. This is a very, oh god, I've got cat hair in my mouth now. I think what I'm going to do actually, because I haven't done it in a bit, is I'm going to give my puppet that I made of myself, has my things imbued into it, sewn into it. I'm going to give my puppet a little bath at the same time I'm kind of giving my self-care stuff here. Then I'm going to take some of the ashes that I just put into with the imbuing of that from the cauldron, and then I'm going to mush it all together, if that makes sense. Basically just imbue my puppet in with more of that good love and magic stuff. And then along with this, I think one of the things that I find so relaxing about witchcraft, self-care and love, and when I realize I am really on a downward spiral, is when I feel like I don't have time. Time to find love, time to love myself, time to do the small little things like sit around for, what is it, the 15 to 20 minutes I'm gonna wear this face mask. I really have the time to do those things. That's when very quickly the spiraling thoughts take over. And when I think of gods, someone all powerful, someone who is in control of their life, they are moving very relaxed through things, even in their anger and their aggression. It's because they're moving with purpose because they want to. It's never in a sense of they're in a rush because someone else is forcing them to do a thing. And so, which is, in our day and age, I think there's like only so much care, right, you can put to things, and time with a beauty routine and like taking care of yourself, or even just like working out, and all of this depends on what are your circumstances, what else is on your schedule. Does your freaking work life allow it? Does your freaking partner, children, friends, the avalanche that comes in with life can be tricky to remember to take time to slow down, or just to make this stuff, if it is important and of value to you, a priority. And I think that's one of the things that I love so much about studying the myths and the gods and the craft and paganism, is because it forces me to slow down and remind myself what I actually want to spend my time doing. Sometimes I want to spend my time freaking talking about beauty and how it is of some value to me while doing a face mask and drinking a lovely glass of orange wine and cuddling a kitty named Amore. Love all around. Self-love and beauty is it's weird. They're a weird twosome to tie together, right? Like, one, what is beauty? Two, there's the beauty industry, there's beauty standards, there's the societal pressures that come along with all that shit. Me and my friend were talking about this while we were camping, is the idea of demonizing of sexuality, the whole like Madonna and horror thing. Of those two stupid things on a scale, I have found more often than not myself being more on the horror side registered than the Madonna. With that naturally just come the fact that I, unfortunately, when leaning into my beauty, or, you know, feeling good about myself, feeling that vanity, those weird moral implications, again, the Christian fucking culture just getting its way in there, is so weird, and yet so prevalent in my thought process, and can be really hard to fight against a lot of times. I find myself happily when I am revealing a little bit of skin, when I am in something a little tighter, or something that's showing off what I have. And I sometimes don't entirely know, is that because I was conditioned from the age of literally 10, which is terrifying when you think about that for a little bit too long, and by too long I mean like half a fucking second. I came into my curves relatively young. I also had my period relatively young, so the hormones kicked in quick. So was that for some sort of like weird, I noticed I was getting attention or approval in some way, shape, or form, so now that's like always rippled through? Possibly, but also too, I think there's an interesting level of, maybe it is psychologically embedded in me that certain things are more approved of whatever. But there are other times where like I've had that reaction and I'm like, no, but actually I don't like that. And when I'm alone, when I'm watching myself in the mirror and smiling at myself and doing that beauty meditation or ritual. The clothes I think about that are going to bring me joy, that'll make me feel empowered and fun. I don't know. The visualization I do is always me confidently walking down a street, and it's interesting because I've realized this so often in my meditations, other people aren't there. And so like that, when I think of like what outfit I want to wear tomorrow that will make me feel confident and beautiful and give me that sense of self-love, that will make me feel like I'm channeling Aphrodite. I don't lean into specific color or certain thing that I think is going into her. I have done it before. I have some seashell earrings that I really love to wear. So I might do like small little things like that, but mostly so I lean into more of like what gives me confidence. And for me, that's something that's a little more sensual, usually all black. In my visualizations, I'm not getting complimented. I'm not thinking of how others are going to approve of me. It's just me by myself walking down and like feeling the whole vibe of a place. Is that me reacting to society in some way? Or is that just a natural expression of who I am and a genuine leaning into my own confidence? I think possibly a mix of both, but I feel like it's 90% of the latter with like a 10% of the societal influences that are just fucking there because they get getting deep into the head and they just embedded me, right? That's one thing I want to do is like once this face mask is done, I need to stop fucking touching it. I know someone's gonna be like, stop touching them. I'm going to pick out a really cute outfit for tomorrow that I'm going to wear into the city to work, and then I am also going to continue on with the little puppet spell, I think.